Hey guys, okay, so today's video reviews order of operations. Remember my dear Aunt Sally? She's back, okay? So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Some people say that there are 6 steps of order of operations. Actually, I believe there's only 4. The first step is what we consider grouping symbols. Woo, I got a little haywire with that. So grouping symbols, okay? That's all you need for step 1. These could be parentheses, brackets, whatever. The second step is powers and exponents, okay? The third step is multiplication and division from the left to the right. And the fourth step is addition and subtraction from the left to the right. So what do I mean? Okay, grouping symbols could be like this, 3 plus 2 plus 5, and we know we have to add the 3 plus the 2 first. Or they could be like fraction bars where that would be on top, and then 7 plus 2 would be on the bottom. And if that was the case, then we would have to do everything on top of the fraction bar, everything below the fraction bar before we'd actually divide. For powers, it's any number with an exponent, okay? So any number to the power of like 3, okay, would be a times a times a. For example, any number to the 8th power would be that number times itself 8 times. The number one thing that people mix up is they say that this equals this, and that is not the case. Instead, 4 squared is 4 times 4. 9 cubed is 9 times 9 times 9. Y to the 5th is 5y's times itself. Okay, when you look at exponents, make sure you write down an example and make sure that you have that this is a 4 squared and this is a 9 cubed. Why? Because 4 times 4 would make a perfect square, and 9 times itself 3 times, 9 times 9 times 9 would make a cube. Okay? All right, so if we go back, let's take a look at the next one. Multiply and divide from the left to the right. Multiplication and division, if they were in a tug of war against each other, neither of them would win. I know we favor multiplication because we learned it first, but it doesn't win. Same with addition and subtraction. Okay, we go from the left to the right because they're inverses of each other. For example, 5 minus 2 equals 3 plus 2 equals 5. It brings us right back where we started. Just like 5 times 2 would give me 10, and 10 divided by 2 would give me 5. It brings us right back to where we started. They're inverses. So you should have the 4 steps of order of operations in your notebook and a couple of these examples from exponents. All right, so let's try some of these. All right, you did some of these in class, but let's look at these ones. Again, 3 times, and this is a negative 2 times a negative 2 times a negative 2, and then all this divided by 6. We had to do what's in parentheses in the exponents. We had to do what was in parentheses first, which was nothing. So then we moved on to exponents. And 2 times itself 3 times is a negative 8. So we get negative 24 divided by 6, which equals a negative 4. Okay, we got to do what's in the parentheses first. So negative 6. Bring down everything else. Whenever you see a number in parentheses with a number outside of it, and you don't see a plus sign or a minus sign or a division sign, it means multiply. So we get negative 24 divided by 3, which equals negative 8. Okay, let's look at the last final example. 6 plus 2 is 8, minus 15 divided by 5 times 2. Okay, now, subtraction is not as powerful as division and multiplication. So we divide first and we get negative 3, bring everything else down. We multiply second, negative 6, bring down the 8, so the answer is 2. Okay, pause the video and try these. I'm going to go through the answers right now. This would be 36 plus 14 divided by 2 minus 8. We do the division, which would be 7. Bring everything else down. 36 plus 7, we get 43 minus 8, which is 35. Okay, up here, there's the parentheses is there, but there's no operations in it. There are no exponents, so we divide first, and then we multiply. And then the last step would be to add. So we get 36 divided by 9, which is 4, and negative 2 times 5, which is a negative 10. And 4 plus a negative 10 is a negative 6. Okay, and the last one, let's go through that. This would be 4. This would be 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. And bring everything else down. So 5 times 4 is 20 minus 8 times 3, which is a negative 24. And a not is here. Okay, so 20 plus 24, which would be 44. Okay, try these and I'll be back in just a second to go through the answers. Okay, so the first step is the parentheses, which we know is a negative 3. Bring everything else down, and this would be a positive 24 divided by a negative 4, so my answer would be negative 6. 9 minus 3 times, in parentheses, okay, so we get 3. So 9 minus 9 is 0. 20 divided by 4 is going to give us 5, minus 14 divided by 2, which is 7. So our answer is negative 2. And that's all I have for you today. See you next time.